are you?
I'm good. Yeah. You come back, bro.
Yo, I'm coming.
I heard you had a sick story to tell.
I had a sick story, bro. Have you heard about what happened to Emma Watson?
No, I haven't.
I haven't, yeah.
That's my story for today. Alright, get out of the studio. Okay, hello guys, so let's get right into my story. So I'm gonna be talking about this article that I read from the Washington Post on March 16th. You guys have probably seen it on Twitter too. It was like trending a lot. There were so many tweets just being thrown around all about this topic, and it's the whole new Emma Watson controversy about her kind of revealing or provocative photo that she took for the Vanity Fair photo shoot of 2017. Now, Emma Watson is best known for portraying her role as Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series and is one of my childhood crushes. So the photo shoot took place on February 28th, and after that it was released about a week or two after. So many people have been attacking her on her off-screen role as a feminist advocate. Many people have also been saying that for the past couple years, she's been the leading female voice of feminism in all of Hollywood. However, after this photo shoot for Vanity Fair, she's been getting attacked a lot. Many people are starting to call her a hypocrite and saying that she can't be a feminist if she's taking these kind of provocative photos. So here's a quote where she kind of talks about the photo shoot. So she felt incredibly artistic, and she's been so creatively involved and engaged with Tim, and she's so thrilled and interested about how beautiful the photos turned out to be. The photo that most people are talking about, where it's kind of revealing, is her breasts are loosely covered with this kind of white sweater slash scarf thing. Personally, I don't really think that that's such a provocative or revealing thing. One popular British radio commentator, Julia Hartley-Brewer, tweeted a photograph of Emma Watson's so-called revealing photo, and she captioned, and I quote, "Feminism, feminism, gender wage gap. Why, oh why am I not taken seriously? Feminism, oh and here are my tips." This tweet was liked over 4,500 times and retweeted more than 2,150 times, and that was about a week ago from today's date. So I'm sure it's been going around a lot more since then. Many critics had a lot to say about it, and one even said, and I quote, "Attention-seeking hypocrite acting like a slut and flashing her tits is not what a real feminist does." And this was a tweet. Even CNN ran a headline posing the question, "Emma Watson's revealing Vanity Fair photo. Feminism or hypocrisy? Is she really a feminist if she's going around and taking topless pictures with Vanity Fair?" The article goes on talking about the real meaning of feminism, and there's even a video clip of where I got to interview Emma Watson, and then I just asked her a couple questions about feminism.
I think it just always reveals to me how many misconceptions and what a misunderstanding that there is of what feminism is. Feminism is about giving women choice. Feminism is not a stick with which to beat other women with. It's about freedom. It's about liberation. It's about equality. I really don't know what my tits have to do with it. It's very confusing.
The article then continues on of explaining her history as an advocate, and then gets into what feminism is actually about. In the past, Emma Watson did call out another celebrity, Beyonce, for taking so-called revealing photos and how that could kind of send out the wrong message as she is a feminist. However, this was years ago. If anything, Emma Watson is only a hypocrite because she kind of did the same thing when she, as another Hollywood celebrity, called out Beyonce for taking these kinds of revealing photos. However, she's grown from then, and I think that we can kind of let that slide. Now Emma Watson is talking a lot about how the meaning of feminism is really being misunderstood. Feminism is really trying to get women and men on the same platform, giving men and women equal rights. But most people are interpreting it as women trying to take over men or trying to put men down, when that's really not what it's about. And if men can take these kinds of shirtless photos, no one really says anything when it's males doing it. But as soon as a female feminist advocate does it, it's all of a sudden a big deal. So I feel like she's just being attacked because she's a feminist. I feel like it's okay to be a feminist and then take these kinds of revealing photos. That really shouldn't dictate whether you're a feminist or not. So I feel like this issue, although it doesn't seem like that big, and these kinds of like little events do happen and then they like start trending on Twitter and everything, they happen all the time, but this issue in specific, I feel like it's really significant even globally, because women are put down in so many countries of the world, and this kind of misinterpretation of what feminism actually is could have so much to do with what's kind of suppressing women and suppressing their rights in the first place. It's important that people all around the world understand what women's rights are, what feminism actually is, because if people don't understand, then they're never going to be able to solve the problem or solve these issues. So yeah, that's kind of why I think it's a global issue and it has global significance, because around the world, some people don't even understand the concept of women's rights. It just doesn't exist. Women are treated poorly just because they're women. And I don't think that that's right. So it's important that everyone around the world understands what feminism is. And that's really what this article talked about, and the whole kind of Emma Watson scandal or controversy thing that was going on. Alright guys, that's all I really had to talk about. I really hope that you guys enjoyed and actually kind of learned something. Now I'm going to send it off to my friend Harmon, who's currently standing outside the White House. Off to you, Harmon.
Oh, I'm live? So I was supposed to be in the White House doing this interview, but Donald Trump, that little kicked me out. But I guess I'm going to be doing my interview out here now. The American Health Care Act is trying to replace health coverage to 20 million previously uninsured people and reduce the national uninsured rate by increasing the number of Americans without health coverage by over 24 million. President Donald J. Trump has also disagreed with the former Health Care Act known as the Affordable Care Act, otherwise Obamacare. As a result, he decided to change it and make it into the American Health Care Act, which also relates to his slogan, Make America Great Again. Donald Trump also tweeted saying, "Our wonderful new healthcare bill is now out for review and negotiation. Obamacare is a complete and total disaster and is imploding fast." Despite President Trump's personal opinions regarding Obamacare, this healthcare plan offered more Americans with access to affordable health insurance. Now I'm gonna talk about who ultimately benefits and suffers from this act. Americans, especially those from lower income households, suffer because this plan offers limited financial assistance to lower income households, but will also lead many more Americans to struggle in terms of obtaining affordable healthcare. On the other hand, Americans from higher income households benefit. The Republican administration plans to provide tax credits to those who come from higher income households. This legislation retreats the financial assistance provided to low and middle class families by ensuring massive tax cuts for the higher class families and corporations. The American Health Care Act has already been approved on the party line votes in 2 House committees, but still has no tentative date for when it will be put into effect. This brings up the ultimate question: why should we care as Canadians? As Canadians, we should care because American citizens may come to Canada looking for healthcare, but the Canadian government might see it as the Americans just trying to bypass the American Health Care Act. The Canadian government might just want to break any deals that they already have developed with the US, which may or may not even impact our lives in Canada. Alright guys, so that pretty much oh, I think that's Donald Trump walking his dog over there. Yeah, I'll be right back.
You're live.
Sorry about that, guys. Now we have a nice juicy story from the local news guy, Randeep. Can we have a round of applause?
Hey guys, I'm here outside Square One Mall where the protest was held on March 11th. A protest was held against public schools allowing religious practices to go on. Around 200 people held a march which started at Square One in Mississauga. A week before, on March 6th, self-described concerned parents launched an online petition demanding that Peel immediately discontinued any religious clubs and religious gatherings of any religion. The petition claims that religious gatherings in schools led to segregation, interruption of studies, increased costs to taxpayers, bullying of non-observant students, and unsolicited exposure to religion. That could create subconscious bias in the minds of impressionable children for or against the faith. Over the last 2 decades, Muslim students in schools across the region of Peel have been accommodated for Friday prayer, and it hasn't caused any problems. The Ontario Human Rights Code mandates religious accommodations. Muslim students require time to pray that may happen during a school day, and we must respect that, as we do any other religious requirements. Back to the studio where Gerserman and Harmon are.
Whee! So much fun.
Ottawa Police Daniel Watson is facing charges of manslaughter, aggravated assault, and assault with a weapon in the July 2016 death of Abraham Abdi. Sources tell CBC News that he was wearing a pair of Oakley Standard issue assault gloves at the attempt of the arrest. These charges were laid last week by Ontario's police watchdog, the Special Investigation Unit. On July 24th, Abraham Abdi lost vital signs during a confrontation with Monson and another officer as they attempted to arrest him for allegedly groping people in a coffee shop. Abdi, who had as yet unspecified mental health issues, was eventually restrained and cuffed just outside his apartment. When you think of these gloves, right? It's basically like kind of like brass knuckles, except it's a glove, and then on the knuckle part, it's like all carbon fiber, like thick layers of carbon fiber. So like, say if you get hit by that, then it's gonna hurt, obviously. And like, so they beat him to death with those. And basically, this article is very important for everyone to know about because, you know, I think that these days police are putting their emotions and feelings and their personal opinions into their jobs, and they're just not treating everyone fairly, and they're just harassing people for no reason. And yeah, that's it for me. Back to the studio.
Whee! So much fun. Alright, now to me.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys, I'm reporting to you from Highway 401 in Eastern Ontario. Now on March 15th at 2 a.m. a collision had happened with 30 plus vehicles, including 10 to 15 transport trucks. One transport truck had hazardous chemicals inside of those, and they had spilled. Between 7,000 and 10,000 liters of the chemical was spilled. During the collision, one person had died and 28 are in the hospital injured. The one person who had died was the one transporting the hazardous chemicals. It isn't clear just yet if the driver had died from the collision or the spilled chemicals. In fact, the whole area around 401 had been evacuated from their houses because there were symptoms if the chemicals are exposed to you. The symptoms of the chemicals are irritation to the nose, throat and respiratory system, redness or swelling of the skin, and severe eye irritation. Now, if the chemical was exposed to heat, which is unlikely because there was a snowstorm, it would turn into hydrofluoric acid. The hydrofluoric acid, which is highly toxic, highly corrosive, poisonous solution which is harmful to skin, lungs, and eyes. Now, since there was 30 plus vehicles involved in the situation and that people were being evacuated from their houses, I believe that this was locally significant, but at the same time this could be politically significant. Now, it could be politically significant because if people were to take a stand and they wanted other transportations for the transport trucks, that could happen, but they would have to take a stand. Due to this oil spill, Ontario Provincial Police, hazmat crews, and local fire services had to come and help the pile up. That was the last story for today, and back to the studio.
That was it for our episode of Do or Die. We hope that you guys enjoyed. You guys have fun making it?
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Make sure that you guys stick around for after the show. We all got to work on this really, really nice PSA together.
And we hope you enjoyed. You said the barges. I did it.